that's how we feel. I'm speaking on behalf of our group, all of us that were there. Our Oyate, it would be a great honor for us, for him to come here and bring that, and we'll take care of it. But on the spiritual aspect of it, that's where we're at. So this camp that you're talking about is I really see it as being spiritual, fully in nature. And the first aspect of it is the Sherpa Khan, Oyate. And those riders, I want all the riders that we can I want to make a big fuss over this. I want it to be huge as we can make it. How many riders ride and come to that camp, wherever it's going to be? And can you imagine seeing that many riders going to this camp where it's already been set up and setting up camp? Can you see that? Can you see the things that you guys had down there? Can you see that? And because we're really going to have to get the media coverage, really. So how do we do that out in the field? How do we get that done out in the field where there's no power cords? You got gas generators nowadays. Just fire one of those puppies up, and you don't need it all the time, but to get that stuff out.
Battery packs, our cell phones.
Yeah. All of that is available to us.
You can have solar generators.
There we go. So these are the things that we need to sit down and we really need to plan about. Always Charlie was here again, and Chase again. That political liaison. I think Kashi John and Cal. Long week for her. She's not here. She must have went home. But, they're employees of the tribe. Chase isn't, and Charlie is a tribal council representative. They should be serving as our liaisons for the people, from the people to the tribal government. In fact, we need more work with the tribal government to hear us, and we hear them, and everybody, get going. Let's get going on this, because I just mentioned earlier, if we're going to do this, we got to do it. And I think Coach John down here understands that. It's going to take a lot of commitment. Now, on the financial part of it, that, we need to set up an account. I think we were talking about that. That it would really be slow for the tribe to set up an account to be sent to them.
Tribe's real overwhelmed with this transition that's occurring with their finance, but Sitting Bull College is a 501c. A 501, what is that called?
C33.
Non-profit, so that's an option if you can talk to the board of trustees and the college president into it. And their processes are a lot faster than the tribes.
So that, there's going to be good people donating. I know they are once you guys get it out. It's going to, so somebody needs to go and visit with Sitting Bull College.
So what they did, I don't know what they did at Old Grove. What they did at Rosebud is they had a fiscal agent, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's down there somewhere. And that's, huh? No, they didn't have Wichita Ugly. It's a different fiscal agent. And then Potato Spy, we used Bridger Project, which was a 501c under the UCC church and the community itself. So that's what we use. So if you find a 501c that's willing to be a fiscal agent for that, that's a really good option. And then with Potato Spy, we had one of the headsmen was an accountant, so he could get all the letters, all the stuff right away. So, I don't know. Somebody might be able to do that.
Okay.
But that's how we kept everything. And Potato Spy had a donation of $10,000, and we still have 4,000 of that. So whereas Rosebud had a lot of money, and a lot of those things he talked about happened down there. That didn't happen at Potato Spy. because we just didn't allow it. I mean, it just wasn't allowed. And that's why we have those headsmen and those headswomen, and I mean, things were ran really differently than Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
Really differently. I mean, it was very rare for English to even be spoken in camp.
That's things we're working on that we can take into account. Like Everett was asking, how long is this camp going to be? We don't know. We don't know how long it's going to be, but we have to be prepared for a long run.
And so you have the camp, and then there's other things that could happen. People who are not at camp. So other nonviolent direct actions. So like if the colonel came, there could be people just standing with signs saying,
Right.
Just, and that's a nonviolent direct action. You could do banner drops. You could do, say Dakota Access actually comes here, and that consultation starts. People could be standing outside, and there could be a prayer vigil going on. So there's other types of things that can be going on at the same time. All of those are nonviolent, but they get them on media, and they get out there.
So everybody kind of has an idea of what we talked about tonight and what we talked about last Friday night, Coach John. And so we need to start getting names attached to this. I think we kind of put Dustin and Honorata as our media individuals, but I have a lot of faith in them, in the things that they do, and the articles that they write that I read. You guys do a really good job with that. And we need to ask Coach Chase about that, Last Real Indians. We need that aspect of that too. We need everything that we can get, any place that we can go, and that's what I was asking again, Charlie. There's a lot of ways that the tribe can get this information out too, and they'll touch a lot of the other tribes in the area. Like we talked about Meskwaki, and I can't remember the other tribes out east, south, and east. But I was telling her, she wrote it down that Friday evening, Mr. Capicella is going to be presenting on the Dakota Access Pipeline update, along with Doug Krogos, who's the water resource director. So I'm getting good at this. but these are so yeah, it's an open meeting. But one of the things that, for everybody's information, we're going to be filling Chanupa every day. So when there's a protocol, we choke on plaque, and there's protocol with that, and of course one of them is the women wearing dresses, and so you're not on your time for the younger ones, and at the end of that day when we smoke that Chanupa, and it opens up to just being Washichu again, I guess, for lack of a better term. That's the protocol for these meetings. So, I don't know where you can access this agenda right now. I can't give you that information because I don't have it.
Got it on Facebook.
It's online.
Yeah, is it online, the agenda?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. So this is the one I'm presenting to the tribe and asking for dollars for some of the presenters for this meeting. I don't know. Next meeting date. We need to do it soon.
Meet at least weekly.
Yeah. And I think you should go to another district so you get
We should,
more people interested.
Cannonball wanted interest. I invited some of the veterans and different things at Cannonball. They wanted to be involved too. I invited them down here tonight, but obviously they didn't show. So maybe we could try to all get to Cannonball next. Plus, we could go survey LaDonna's land.
Right. That's a good suggestion.
So I think we should all convene in Cannonball next Saturday.
I'm not going to say again. I hate to say this, but the basketball tournaments are going on, and if there's a contest on Saturday night, we will get zero involvement from Cannonball. So I'm suggesting move it over to Sunday.
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 Yeah.
Wednesdays and Sundays are good days because there's no school, sports, anything, activities going on. That's nationwide. So I think Sunday would be good. Now who's going to get a hold of it?
Who's the chairman down there now?
To set up a meeting in
Cannonball? Yeah.
I could ask LaDonna,
Okay.
but I'll message her tonight, call her, suggest it, and see if she can get involved.
All right.
Sunday,
And,
28th. Sunday, 2/28.
28. Okay. What time, you guys? You guys think we should go earlier? Or you guys still want to go the same time?
Sunday.
That's it. Well, what time is it now? It's not until 10:30, so maybe
Yeah.
we want to start a little earlier.
3.
Yeah, 3 and then
3?
with a start. Probably start at 4. Stay for 3 and then start at 4.
That's what we
Yeah.
do. That's what we did.
Yeah.
We did that. We said 6 o'clock so we could start by 7.
if John, if you could ask LaDonna if we could meet like at noon so we could go over that land and, kind of say where to meet
See
those
that
of us
site?
that want to look at it. Because I really want to see it. I want to go in and see it.
Yeah, she's sorry that she wasn't able to make it. She had a personal emergency and all of that, but she just said, just the basic rules concerning land. It's all open. Please be sober. No drugs, no alcohol, and please, please keep it clean and, just basic common sense things, really.
Bring your own dishes.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And your own chairs, yeah.
Did you guys set up committees or anything?
No,
or-
we didn't.
Okay. I was just
Other
wondering.
than you guys at the media committee.
Well,
right?
I think once we get into Cannonball, because it's their community, and it's going to be right outside of their community, they have to own this, and they have to. We can't just go in and invade.
Yeah.
So we have to present it to them, and then get their opinions, because when we went to Patayoshpai, we didn't go and just invade. We had several meetings in Bridger beforehand, and the I couldn't come here and get involved until Honoretta invited me. That type of thing has to happen because of what happened down at Wounded Knee, and those are things we have to be really careful of.
I
I
just
mean-
messaged her with what you guys are requesting, and I do know that Cannonball is starting to get ready to what you guys just did, trying to mobilize.
So it'll be if they know that we're coming Sunday, I'll see if I can bring some of the younger ones. If I can bring them down, pipeline fighters, oftentimes that just brings in more people. So we might be able to bring in some people from Rosebud too, so.
Between Tam and THVille and Madonna, all those sacred places through there are already surveyed, they're already marked. There's only one that we don't have access to, and that's at the Wilkes Meadows up there.
Yeah, so a lot of that stuff has already been set in place, but I'm glad that you want to come down early and set up that with LaDonna to take a look at where
It would be nice to drive in there first.
Yeah.
designate. You can come down at 12 and then we can set our meeting for 3.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
yeah.
And my suggestion, just off the top of my head for everybody to think about is, do you think that we should continue having our meetings in Cannonball if they allow us, from what your experience is, rather than having in all the communities, or
I think that there should be meetings in Cannonball, but I do think you need to get out to all the communities. That is something that we did do on Cheyenne River, and they did do in Rosebud. I can tell you, I crisscrossed Cheyenne River about 10 times.
see, one of the things that
They
we,
go one community, one of the other communities, and then go back to Cannonball every other meeting.
Yeah, like that. That's kind of what we did.
okay,
And it helps bring in more people, and brings ownership to the fight.
Because if we can get together like a pamphlet that we can send for Scott Jonathan volunteering for this, because you're young, you're suave and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but to the district, at least to the district planning commission meetings here on Standing Rock, and do a short presentation and leave that. Say, please make copies, distribute to the folks at the district meeting. That's another route that we can go to besides these meetings that we're having. That, just get as much information as we can.
Do you know when Dale and he's going to be back up? or-
Well, we were hoping that day 5 was on Friday. They said anywhere from 5 to 12 days after the notification. So that 5th day was this past Friday.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, so we're hoping for by the end of the week. I mean, they've been dragging their feet, and they've been fooling us and lying to us. And it thawed out, and the pipelines broke, so geez, it was almost had a swimming pool in that basement, about 2 feet of water down there, but got it shut off. So yeah, but I'll keep everybody posted. And
That'd be
I think if we have anything that your Facebook site concerned for Standing Rock.
I can always message Dustin once down there to make sure that the permission was given to go.
Are you on that concern for Standing Rock?
I'll send it to you.
You send it to me.
We can also form our own group on Facebook, our own group chat or something.
Yeah, you can, can't you?
Something like that.
If you wanted to come out to Ladonna's property, I have permission to go out there anytime. If you wanted to get a hold of me even
You'd be
sooner, we
amazed
can go
at
out
the
there.
history out there.
Yeah.
And
Not just Lakota, Dakotas.
I mean, some of that history stuff that I've been listening to, will just blow you away. I mean, I have a lot of respect for it, more respect than I ever had to walk on some of that land and to prepare myself to go on that land. And it's just not anybody that's going to be able to go those places. And you mentioned a few of them that it's hard to justify them to be able to go on that land. That's what we're talking
Well,
about.
anytime you go out like that, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, when we went out to Humps Camp, we've been out to, Sitanka, where they camp. You still see the teepee ring. I mean, when you're out there, it's just, I mean, there's things out there and things that happen to you that are amazing.
Because those are not teepee rings.
Yeah.
They're not teepee rings. Have you ever listened to cousin Tim Vince's presentation on those sites? I was just as ignorant as everybody else because I was south of Dupree at Sundance. They call Ash Creek back in 1984. And there were those, for me, teepee rings. But they're not teepee rings. That's what we're led to believe, but they're not teepee rings. So I'll let him explain it to you. He does a wonderful job with it. And that brings us to this, and we discussed this also. How much do we
tell?
How much do we let out by this? Because I was reading the stuff in here, and so I keep taking it off, putting it back, taking it off, putting it back. But how much do we allow? And I think that should be some of the planning that we do. What do we allow? That was a discussion. Do we record these things?
Some things yes, some things no.
Yeah. And they said, and we came to this conclusion. They recorded a long time ago. The hieroglyphs, pictoglyphs, the winter counts. Yeah. They recorded. We record too, but it's a little more technical. I mean, I want everybody to think about that, but how much do we give away? That's the other part too.
Some consider proprietary.
Yeah, yeah,
Some of it you want to protect, so people find out it's there.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
curious wanting to go. You
And
got-
see, that's the other thing. When we get out to LaDonna's land, we're gonna have to tape some of that off and have people respect those boundaries that we set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were places at Potato Spice. There were scaffolds and things, and we couldn't let people know where they were at.
Right.
And there were other sites too we couldn't let people go near.
That's
And-
for people's own protection.
Yeah.
Those places are alive.
Yeah. And so we had to be really careful about certain things. That's really good that we have, KHPO and there to help, and our elders and our spiritual leaders who guide us, and the people who know the land. Those elders there.
Swing. Oche ke aya, oyaki henka. As I just asked my aunt if she could offer prayer for us. So tentatively, we have Cannonball next Sunday. Did you say the 28th, Tuska?
Yep.
28th at 3 Central Time, where we're going to be gathering next. So,
Start
now who-
seeking permissions.
Yeah, who's going to look for that permission for us to go up to Cannonball to meet and have a meeting place?
I just messaged with Donna. She ain't
Oh, yeah.
right now, but
Okay. Oh yeah, you said next
she
year.
lets us know and we can let everybody else.
Okay, and then we'll get it out on Facebook, whether it's definite or not. We should plan for a meal or take ingredients for a meal. So whatever we can come up with again, you guys, whatever we can come up with again, we'll do it again. She used to make the best fry bread. I mean the best. But now I don't call her. She retired from from everything except for teaching Lakota language. So, but I really.
The soup tonight was courtesy of Uncle Sam.
Commodity.
That's my monthly ration.
To be starving the rest of the month.
I haven't picked up my rations. I had to go pick those up this week.
But we can work that stuff out for us. That started this, I guess. Ani, you weren't there, but your name was thrown around all over like you're in a dryer or something. All over the place because you weren't there.
I was there in spirit.
Yeah. So,
That's her dream.
Okay. All right, I'll read this. Thank you. But we need to get together us again, and you get LaDonna gets a hold of us and message right away, and we probably need to be the ones that bring the food and that kind of stuff.
So we can ask for district building up there or the Donna's?
Yeah.
They'll set it up.
LaDonna will set it up. Yeah. Anything else? Any other comments?
And when
Suggestions?
we got it in set in stone, then we should talk about carpooling.
Oh, up to Cannonball? Okay, all right. Saturday, so. If you're up by then. Or he's raising Canada because, geez, he doesn't answer me till he wakes up. Hey, I just woke up, Uncle. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Holy right.
I don't know what I'm still doing up. I was visiting 3 different reservations today. I stopped by Ella Deloria's grave today. Pay respects there.
So that's the plan, you guys. So once we get that, any other comments or suggestions? Anybody else? If not, I'll ask Auntie Dolores to offer a prayer. Because back in her day, they could still swim and drink water out of the Grand River. Can't do it anymore. Right, Nakashi? Down there in Blue Eagle, can't do that anymore. So, yeah, we'll stop it though.
Kashla. Lechtat ke chala ke hoyni cha piktayu amakuta ke ahitu ina wo shila unkakyo apie. Ke kashla te wa khatka. lehtaat kähetse. Viena vicha omeniche. You kanta ku wopge oto iwogalakapi. Na ta ko ihakia. Vastecha iwogalakapi ki he. Uji makha nakichi jimpikte. Ake onkia piwa kantaka. Ek ta pa woga khnere. Wospena wogsapeke na iasta onkia pi. Na iwi tsot hatsi papi ku jubilaya. Na ois hatsan skampike le na ois hatja. Eche na slutam na ishi khpaya pikteshni. Khakawita na jimpikte wa kantaka. Na ta kuchale na elewa chimpi hechi. Katia oichakya heche voyukcha washteste. You happy na. Un skintia pikte wa kantaka. Na wita ya na jimpikte. You kan lechtaat ke ha. Wiena wichasha chua het hapiki. Le hipike le na wichaya washte. Na wichoza ni washteste wichako. Eche trokata kya taya ya pikte. Na ta kucha ungulushna pihecha. Wakantranka unkakiktunsa pihe. Eche nishnala ni wakhan. Na ta ki haslolia na kechi un. Ashnan niet kya hoi ni chape. Wachunia pe wakantranka. Woon shila kakio pihe. Ometakuye oasin.
Opila. Hecha.
Ah.